Okie doke. That's like Brian said, we're looking at Free Guy. This film, uh, directed by Shawn Levy, written by Matt Lieberman and Zach Penn. Now, Shawn Levy was the producer. He directed the Night in the Museum flicks. He's also the producer of still my favorite movie that I watched in the last year, Love and Monsters. Uh, Zach Penn is, of course, famous for a number of flicks, but probably the one that folks, especially given the movie we're watching now, may think of is Ready Player One. He wrote that or adapted. Adapted the book, Ernest Cline's book. It stars Ryan Reynolds and Julie Comer. Also stars Little Rel Howery, Joe Keery, Utkarsh Ambudkar, and Taika Waititi. The film itself, the gag is Ryan. Here, let me pull up. I've got graphics that'll help us here. Ryan Reynolds plays Guy, just a regular schmo going about his day in Free City, where he is a bank teller. He gets up in the morning, he goes to work, he hangs out with his buddy, he gets a cup of coffee, and he's forever wishing, don't have a nice day, have a great day. That's his shtick. And he is a guy stuck in a groove. Of course, he meets Molotov Girl, played by Judy Comer, who kind of gets him out of this groove, knocks him out of his track, let's say. And all of a sudden, he starts interacting with his world and discovering it and beginning to realize that he is actually just a background, a non-player character in a video game. Of course, in the real world, we have Judy Comer's character, Molotov Girl, is also, I believe her name's Millie. In the real world, her and Joe Keery's character were ex-partners. They are she's in the game trying to find out how evidence on how Taika Waititi's character stole their AI engine and made it such that they got ripped off. I know that's a terrible description, but they got ripped off. But of course, there's also, so you've got Ryan Reynolds guy figuring out, oh my God, I'm now a free range non-player character in a video game. You've got Millie trying to figure out, hey, I got to find the evidence in this game of how Taika Waititi's character, the bad guy, stole my intellectual property. And there's a ticking clock because Free City is about to get shut down for Free City 2.0. So there's kind of the gag for the whole film. Now, as far as its social nutrition checklist, would it qualify for the reframe stamp? No, it would not. That's a big fat no there. Is it union made? Yes, it is. Did it pass the Bechdel test? Not that I could tell. And then last, and certainly not least, is there class consciousness here? Now, there is a consciousness being raised, but I would argue it's not class consciousness as I define it as most. Yeah, it's not a working class consciousness. It's a video character kind of going, oh, I might be able to think and act for myself. Anyway, so that gives us a big fat 25% in the social nutrition checklist. Now, with that out of the way, I want to bring back my my good friend Brian. And Brian, yeah, let me make some room for us here and get that out of the way. Tell me, give me your quick review.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is the Truman Show meets Tron meets Bruce Almighty in a nutshell. It is I would actually have to say I do think there is some class consciousness in this film. I mean, it's not like a preachy thing or anything, but
Okay.
there is some
Well,
of
we
it there.
can we
I
can
would say.
discuss that. Quick
But
review.
yeah, but quick review for anyone who knows Grand Theft Auto, the video game, where everyone goes online and plays against each other. That's basically what this is. And Ryan Reynolds is the guy in the game that you just kind of go in and rob and beat up and do whatever you want to. I don't know who would think to make a movie about a character.
I'm not sure.
like
Why
this.
don't you tell us what did you think?
I liked it. I love this film. This is everything that you want in a summer popcorn film where you don't have to think too hard. It's Ryan Reynolds at his best. They built the film around Ryan Reynolds in a really good way, and it's just a lot of fun. You can turn your brain off and just go to the movies, go to the Metroplex, and enjoy all the pretty pictures up on the big screen.
Gotcha.
And Jodie Comer is amazing too. I love Jodie Comer in this film.
Yeah. For myself, you know what? During it, I had a perfectly lovely time. At the end, I was like, "Wow, wasn't that a nice movie?" Notwithstanding, I think it may have fell flat a little in the climax. There is a couple of characters I didn't buy, including Joe Keely's buddy, the character played by Utkarsh. His character I didn't buy, and there was a couple of cringy moments, including the whole the side eye that Julie Molotov girl gives. She slides off and goes, "Oh, enjoy your lifetime supply of virginity." You know what? It was a cringy moment because all I could think was, all you need to do is do the same move and go, and it's like, yeah, that's the same joke. They're going to the same place. That said, yeah, it was a perfectly fine movie. Reasonably light on its feet. I had a fine time. Again, I at the end of it, I was like, what a nice movie.
So yeah, I take it I like this movie a heck of a lot more than you did, it sounds like. If it's fine and nice, that usually means boring, though.
We'll get into the deeper the deep dive in a minute or two, man. But would you say it's worth our audience's time?
Absolutely. And worth going to the theaters too. Worth putting on a mask and trying to eat popcorn through a mask. Definitely worth going to the theaters to see. Because it's a good movie and it's visual, so to me that says go to the theaters and have fun in the summertime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for myself, I definitely think it's worth people's time. I am not 100% like I said. It's a nice movie. Is it a good movie? Never mind great. Is it a good movie? Well, it's good enough. So if you don't see it in the theater, I think I got more out of it by seeing it in the theater, but I'm not. If you don't see it in the theater and you wait till end of September when it's going to be on Disney Plus and you're looking at it on a 50-inch screen, I'm like, you'll be fine. You'll have a very pleasant time then as well. Anyway, there's my hot take.
It sounds like you're saying this movie could enjoy a lifetime supply of virginity with how nice it is.
Now, if this quick review only whetted your appetite and you want to dive deeper into this film, check out the replay of this episode of Jim and Rob Overanalyze Movies. Every show we go beyond the review to get into the craft, the story, and the meaning of the films we watch. And if you subscribe and ring that bell, you'll get the heads up in time to join us and the best chat on the internet live. See what I did there? Anyway, that's about it. Thanks so much for checking out our review. And bye-bye.